Hello, welcome everybody to the channel. As you know, on this channel we talk about people who are making a difference in their communities, their cities, their country. And today I have someone wonderful who's doing amazing things here in the city of Calgary, and I want you to meet her and find out all she's doing here to make a difference in the world, okay? And so on that note, help me welcome Bukola.
I'm so excited to be here, and it's so lovely to meet you, Bella.
Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. I am so grateful. I know you have a busy schedule and all that, but you took the time to come and do this, so thank you so much.
You are most welcome.
Tell us about who Bukola is and what you're all about.
All right, so please. I'm a mother of two. I'm a wife.
Nice.
My kids' name is Daniel and David, a girl and a boy.
Nice.
I arrived in Canada in 2006.
Wow.
After my master's degree in engineering in the US. And I'm here because my husband was born here, his mom is here, his two brothers. And so we feel like this is home. So since I arrived, I've seen Calgary develop. I've seen more immigrants have come in.
Yes.
Especially from Nigeria and Ghana.
Yes.
We've seen children that we gave birth to back 2006. They are all grown and going to college. And we've seen people who were in the 50s, 60s get older, which is why I'm here. I'm here because I'm the founder and executive director of To Oasis Foundation. It's a Black-led, Black-focused, Black-serving organization that is dedicated to meeting the needs of Black seniors from Africa and the Caribbean. And so wherever seniors are, if they identify from to Afro-Caribbean countries, we're ready to help them.
Amazing.
And it's so unique.
It is really unique. I see your pictures and stuff, different things on social media, and I'm always amazed. And that's why I wanted to meet you, because of what's going on, what you're doing. So that's amazing. You're taking care of these seniors because they are far away from home, and the culture is different, a little different, right, for them. So for them to even integrate into this, that's amazing.
But Bella, it's not only because they are far away from home. That contributes a lot.
Yeah.
You know that even as they age, they begin to lose their own parents, their uncles, aunties, and that sense of loss and grief. On top of the fact that they are no longer working, most of them are pensioners, so there is the loss of regular schedule. And then their children have left home. They are married or in college, and they are now having grandchildren.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a time when they need community to support them. And so we're asking for everyone and everybody, including myself, as a volunteer right now, to support as many Black seniors and any senior at all in our community.
Yes.
In whatever we think they need. Whether they need support with transportation, with food, with medical appointments, with knowing how to use their computers. There's just something all of us can do.
Oh my goodness.
To support
we'll get to that when so we can call them like call to action, where people can actually get involved in this amazing thing that you're doing.
Exactly.
My thing is, what made you, like, you came here, you started your family and all that. What made you even think of doing such a beautiful thing in your community?
So I think because I have an engineering mind, I'm a chemical engineer by profession. Engineers have just been taught to look for problems and try to solve it. But then when you have an engineer like myself who have a social worker's heart, then it even gets more interesting. People say I have an engineering brain, but a social worker's heart. And that social worker's heart is just a lingo. It's the same thing as saying you have compassion and kindness. And so when you have that, when you have those two attributes, always trying to solve problems, there are problems everywhere. Always. But we also have the solutions inside of us. And it's just tailoring those solutions to the problems and to the right community. So when I looked around after COVID and I saw that everybody's taking care of immigrants and children and vaccination and even pets, but there was no really a lot being said about seniors. And then not to talk about Black seniors in particular. So what To Oasis has done is to establish itself as a central corridor. Because remember during COVID, there was a lot of misinformation going around. Should you take this vaccination? Should you not? Should you travel? Should you not? Where is this closed down? Where is it not? And sometimes these seniors, they were not even equipped to use Zoom at that time.
No.
A lot of us were struggling with
I know, even
even younger people.
Yes.
So it's necessitated a solution to that problem.
Oh, wow.
How are seniors navigating technology to get the right information at the right time to support them? And there's been so many needs even since COVID.
That's beautiful. That brings a thought to my mind, what my pastor usually tells us. Like, when you're in a place, look for, if people say they don't have things to do, they don't know what to do, but there's always a problem somewhere. Look for a problem and solve it. Exactly. Be the solution to that problem. Exactly. And that's what you're doing.
That's what we are doing in my team.
That's amazing. Your team.
So
it's a teamwork, right?
It's definitely teamwork.
But you definitely started there. You started it. So we have to give honor to where honor is due. Thank you so much for doing this. We're going to get more into this, what you do and all that. But thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview and to shed light to this kind of need in this part of the world that sometimes we overlook, right? Exactly. Thank you so much. We'll be right back with this wonderful lady. You hear more about what she does, okay?
Thank you.
Take a break. And if you're out there and you think there's nothing you can do, you heard what she said. Find the problem and find a solution to it too, because you have it inside you.
Exactly.
So we'll be back, okay? So we are back with Bukola, and she's been amazing so far, as you can tell. Now we want to find out, tell us something special about yourself and your organization.
Awesome. So basically, I am from Nigeria, and Nigeria plays a big role. And I'm saying this because it ties to why I do what I do. A lot of immigrants nowadays are from Nigeria and from neighboring countries like Ghana and Benin, and even Cameroon. And we see a lot of them coming with their parents, grandparents, and so it necessitated that need to also support older adults. And so that forms a bedrock for some of the work we do, because we're not only serving seniors, sometimes we use the word older adults, that have lived here for 40, 50 years. Some of them came so early for school, when they were in their 20s, and now they are in their 70s and 80s, right? And so we are working with those. But then we also have new immigrants who have come because their children relocated. And our organization is just open to all.
Wow.
So our organization, To Oasis Foundation, we are led, as I mentioned, by Black people. So our board of directors, staff, most of our volunteers are all Black people. Why? Because they are able to relate with some of the particular problems that Black seniors could face, or Black peoples in general.
That's awesome. I love that. So you've given a little bit of it, but I want to find out who benefits from your services, like, the recipients. You've mentioned a little. Let's go deeper.
So basically, in Canada, seniors are regarded as 65 years and up. But what we are finding is that some age quicker than others, the same way some become more mature than others. And so what do you do with those? If you exclude them from some of the benefits that they could get when they are only 60, when they are not yet 65. So we are working in that, and in that phrase, you will see some programs are now available for people who are 55 years and older, people who are 60 years, and then you see the term older adults. So when you hear older adults, it starts really from 55 years and up. And basically, we have programs that we do within community for those who are not yet seniors, according to Canada government regulations. So for seniors particularly, they are the ones who get things like pension benefits, even free services, depending on their income. So like tax clinic, tax filing, things like dental care, eye care. So depending on their income, the federal government provides such services, but you must be 65 years. But for us, the programs we do within community, we target mostly people that are like 60 years. So for instance, in partnership with the Ghanaian Association, we are taking seniors to Dramela.
Oh, I
on
saw
July
that.
5.
I saw that.
And honestly, the spaces are filled up.
It's filled already.
Yeah, from our side.
Oh
because the
my
Ghanaian
goodness.
Association have their own slots,
Okay,
and we
okay,
have our slot,
okay.
and our own slots are filled up.
Wow.
Right now, we have about 100 seniors in our database. We have a central WhatsApp group where we spread information about what's going on.
This is beautiful.
It
When I saw it, I was like, what? They're on an excursion. This is fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with their friends and colleagues.
I know.
Some of them are like, my friend are not part of your group, but can they come? Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be so fun. I wish I'll be there to film it.
But let's talk about that.
Yeah, I know. This is a good initiative.
Exactly.
Because being senior doesn't mean you're cut out of the society and there's nothing, you can't have fun and all that. It's good that you're bringing these, it's like you're bringing back hope, right, to this life. It's not like they're cut out from the society totally. Like, no.
Yeah, what I even realized is that most of the black seniors here, like I mentioned before, they came in their 20s and now they've stayed 50 years. Yeah. The oldest I've seen is around 82, 83. And they're still strong and hardworking. It doesn't mean they are frail or immobile. So they still love to enjoy life. Yeah. But we are here to supplement the care that is provided by their family or by themselves, because some of them are still working.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
This is beautiful. Bridge to Oasis.
Foundation.
What a beautiful name. Yeah, you're bridging something there.
Like, you know, when you imagine Oasis, it's like a life that is full of breeze and good hair, and you are providing that bridge that takes the seniors to that very wonderful life of bliss.
I feel like you're doing God's work. Good job. Good job. And seniors are very important. I know societies now, like, especially some kids don't even think they're valuable, but they are full of knowledge and, you know, information. And I feel like it's time for the young people, that bridge, there has to be a bridge to bring the young people to these older people to share, you know, spread this information that they have in their heads, you know, that we need in our generation right now.
Honestly, we so need the seniors, because they are providing pathways for life that we have never seen or experienced. If you look at the current life, we have AI, we have smartphones, we have knowledge is abounding.
Yes, a lot.
And they are looking at it like they themselves have never experienced it. But there are things when they were younger that they also never experienced. True. And with that, they are able to provide stability. So when you think about those older adults and seniors, when it looks like we are straying away, or when it looks like we don't know what to do, honestly, they are elders and wise, and they are the people that we can go to and say, what do we do in this situation? And they can guide based on their own experiences.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're a young person out there and you're thinking, you know, old people, like, I know some young people who even boldly say they don't like going around old people and stuff. They are full of wisdom and knowledge. You are missing out. You know, get to know them. Get to know these older adults. Talk to them. You'll be amazed what you learn from them.
Exactly. Exactly. Even I personally, most of my friends are older than me, and I've seen the change in my life because of that.
Yeah. I love befriending older people because they're full of wisdom.
Exactly.
That's what I noticed. So that's why I go.
And they also cook good food.
Oh my goodness, yes.
If you happen to visit their homes or be engaged in some of their potlucks. Yes. Oh my God.
Tasty food.
They don't go shortcuts.
No. Like we do.
Like dice tomatoes. They go to the raw tomatoes and dice it carefully. I love it.
Oh yes, it's true. I enjoyed my grandma's food.
The dishes.
Oh, her dishes are. She was a good cook. She's passed, but she was a very good cook, and I learned a lot of cooking and stuff from her too. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah. So don't neglect your older ones. They have a ton of wisdom that you will need. Okay.
Exactly.
So thank you so much for doing this. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. So we are back with Bukola. And I have this question for you, sis. If you had a chance to change everything in the city, what will it be?
All right, so remember where we come from as immigrants. A lot of countries, not all, don't have formal structured volunteering systems. We will just do. Like you help your neighbor. Like even sometimes if you need salt, instead of you running to the market, you knock on your neighbor. Whether you know them or not, do you have salt? And but here, people cannot just do that. So we require structured volunteering. So if I can change anything in this city, it will be a volunteering movement to support immigrants to the level and scale that the residents and the original owners of this land do those work. When you look at Calgary Food Bank, when you look at even Walmart sometimes, you see older people waving at you, shaking your hands. It's done freely. And you are actually doing it today by interviewing me as part of this initiative because you support our cause. So I want to see more of that. I want to see more businesses give because it's called social investment. You know, when we all invest, the load gets lighter. There's a proverb in the African community that the more the ants, and it's not even to African people, the lighter the load. When we have this big gigantic load to carry, and everybody puts a finger, a big hand, a small hand, that load becomes lighter. I don't want all the loads to support Black people to be handled by United Way or Calgary Foundation or Suncor. What about our own local restaurant saying, if you ever have a senior that is really sick, I can make a meal. What about a mechanic saying, if you have a senior who needs to fix their engine oil, not a whole big engine, just their oil that is like maybe $50, I can donate that once a month. The more we get those things, the stronger we are as a community. Actually, it's called community or natural support. So if there is anything I want to change, I want to create a movement around natural and community support where people just freely give. It's not out of compulsion. It's not because they are forced, and they do it with joy to serve as many people as possible. And thank you so much, Bella.
That's beautiful.
For doing that already. Thank you.
No, but that's beautiful what you just said, and I pray and hope that you are able to, it comes to fruition, because that's beautiful.
That's right.
It's just beautiful. You're just being a human being, you know, and serving as God wants us to serve, really. That's what it's all about.
That is what it's about. And if you have a little extra in your pantry, in your bank, in your house, in your garden, just give a little bit.
Sounds like you like gardening, because even this afternoon you told me about flower pots and all that. Do you garden?
I have internal flower pots in my house, but I love to garden. I love to visit gardens. And seniors love to garden.
Oh, beautiful. This is good.
Awesome.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about how can people help with this big thing that you're doing, because it's a big thing you're doing. It needs some support. As you said, we need more hands to lift this load.
Heavy load. Yeah, that's right.
We'll be right back, and we'll talk about this.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we are back with Bukola from BTO, right?
BTO Foundation.
BTO Foundation, Bridge to Oasis Foundation. So now we want to know, are there any challenges since you started this wonderful, adventure of yours?
Like any big thing, there will always be challenges. There will be valleys, but there will be also mountains. There will be successes. There will be failures. And as people say, failures are nothing. They are just lessons learned, right?
There you go.
And so some of the challenges that exist is that because it's new, serving seniors is not new, but serving Black seniors in a foreign land is new. So because it's new, there is no template for how to do it well. And so you need to rely on the advice and contribution of community leaders. I've been so grateful that Dr. 𝘽𝙧𝙞𝙨 has been supportive. I've been grateful that 𝘽𝙧𝙀𝙀, the current president of the Nigerian association has been supportive.
Beautiful.
So it is when you tap into the knowledge of these groups that you begin to not rely on yourself as knowing it all, because you can't even know it all. So the challenge is understanding the gaps and knowing who to go to help you to fill those gaps. And so we're relying on people like yourselves, because when it comes to when it comes to communication and social media, I have no idea. But when you bring it out and you show us what is possible, we know this is the way to go. So we are really looking forward to more partnerships, more collaboration, more mentorship, more guidance in the work that we do.
Wow. So there you have it. More volunteers, more partnerships. So if you have a business, you can partner with them.
Exactly.
You want to volunteer. So you accept people volunteering with you?
For sure. When we talk about seniors, they consider them as vulnerable population. So if you're volunteering, we'll need vulnerable police check that you are checked. And if you have even things like CPR, first aid, those are really good to have for those seniors.
Beautiful. So we're going to talk about how can people help. You said some. What other ways can people help?
All right. We accept funding from, right now we have been funded by the federal government, provincial government, foundations like Calgary Foundation. We actually received some funding, almost $250,000 from the government of Canada through Employment and Social Development Canada.
Nice.
And it was in partnership with two other organizations, 𝘊𝙧𝙞𝙪𝙣 Women Relief Organization and Kenyan Community Association.
Wow.
They are both in Ontario. And we are working with them on a project called Age Well at Home. And that means we are building the capacity of all our three organizations to be able to support seniors. It's a 2-year program, and it will round up next year, March. So we've been getting funding from federal government, provincial government, but much more than that, we've also gotten funding from local individuals here who just say, we love what you're doing. We can contribute food, we can contribute groceries, we can even facilitate a session for free.
Services.
So for instance, we got some groceries donated to us by a business called 360 Grill and Lounge.
Yes, I've heard that. 360.
You need to be
Grill. I've not eaten it yet.
It's a beautiful restaurant.
Really?
And now we are working with another restaurant, 𝘊𝙧𝙨𝙞𝙪𝙣𝙠.
I see their ads to 𝘊𝙧𝙨.
𝘊𝙧𝙨𝙞𝙪𝙣 on July 1st for Canada Day. We are working together to do a brunch for seniors.
Beautiful.
And right there, as they are eating brunch, we'll be having chit chat to make sure that their well-being is taken care of. So there are just so many ways in which we can receive resources. Cleaning for seniors that are recovering from surgeries or whose spouses are sick, or maybe even they have pets and you do manage pets. You can go to their houses, walk their dogs, things like that. They will love it. And let me say this lastly. Seniors appreciate when you call them. So we are looking for volunteers that can just offer that companionship. Give them a call. How are you doing? I hope you're well today. Just checking on them. And then they tell you these wonderful stories we talked about wisdom and history and culture. So there are so many ways in which you can volunteer with us and donate towards our cause.
This sounds like, it sounds like it's fun, because you're not only giving them these services, you're not doing these things. It does good to your heart,
and it gives you joy. I call it the joy currency.
Oh my goodness, yes. No money can buy that.
No money can buy the joy currency.
But you feel so full as a human being, because that's how God made us. It's inside you to do good to your other neighbor, like next person, and you're doing it for seniors who can't do these things for themselves. You feel so good. You try it. I think I worked as a care aide going to school, and that was my best job, by the way.
You know what? I like the fact that you brought God into this, because I'm a woman of faith.
That's
when
good.
You look across the entire Bible, there are 3 groups that are most common: the poor, children, and the elderly people, or widows and widowers. Those 3, I told myself, if I cannot do anything for children, I better be doing something for the elderly and the poor. So in this job, I'm fulfilling not just my joy currency, but I'm also fulfilling my biblical obligations.
Because the Bible does talk about that.
All over the Bible.
That's true religion.
That's right.
That's
and
true
Muslims believe the same thing. Muslims are very dedicated to the poor.
the
in
poor.
everything they do.
So yeah, true religion. What is it? You serving the orphans, the widows,
Yes,
the poor, the
needy, the less privileged.
Yeah,
those are things that God loves.
Yes. So let's get to it.
Let's get
working, people.
Let's get to it.
We'll be right back for the finals, okay? But it's been so engaging and fun. Thank you so much for doing this and shedding light on these things that are in our society. I'm excited.
And you know what? It starts with a passion. Everybody has a passion to do.
Yeah.
And once you do, it depends on what your own passion is.
Yeah.
For some, it's helping people with broken jaws to fix it. If that's your passion, go for it.
Do it.
One step at a time, and you'll get there.
Yeah. Exactly. Or painting their nails. I know, working in doing healthcare. Little things you do for them, they just so appreciative, and then they hug, and
exactly.
It's amazing.
Awesome.
Right. Okay.
Thank you, Bella.
Back with Bukola. As I said, she's been a wonderful spot so far. So now we want to find out her final words. What's your final words, ma'am?
I'm just honestly grateful to be here today. I'm even looking for the word. Incredibly grateful that you had reached out by word of mouth referral, and you had booked this time, dedicated over almost 2 hours to this cause. That is already valuable time. And so when I think about my last words is sometimes it's strangers that help you the best. We don't know where this will land. We don't know where it will go. But as your heart, as you see things, like we say, where you can contribute, just do it.
Do it.
Just do it. Don't think it. Don't think, oh, I should be sleeping. Do it, and then your sleep will be even better. Tonight, you're going to sleep like a baby.
Trust me.
Knowing that you have given, not directly to the seniors, but to a course that supports seniors. And on that note, sometimes I always think about where BTO is going in the next 5-10 years. Where we are going is a place where seniors can be in their homes, in their own homes, and age well. They have all the resources they need to age well in their homes. They are not looking for housing. They are not looking for food. They are not waiting on a doctor. They are not waiting for care. They just have everything they need. The same way we will take care of a child. Not that I'm linking or comparing seniors to children, but I just want to be able to draw that parallel. You know, when you think about children, we're like, oh, they're so cute. They pee, you quickly change their diapers. They blink, they want to sleep, you quickly put them to bed. I hope to God that this is the same way the seniors are treated because they deserve it. Not because we are, not out of pity or compassion, but out of gratitude to their contribution to community. So come join us. Join Bella. Join BTO Foundation and let us build this city of Calgary together. I look forward to seeing you. You can reach out to us at this number, 403-561-0765. Or Google us, Bridge to Oasis Foundation. You will see our website and our Instagram and all our social media handles. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bella.
And I'll put all those links and everything too in the description box if you don't see it on the screen. So reach out to her and let's do this together, okay?
Let's do it together because the many the ants, the lighter the load.
Perfect. I love that saying. Oh, thank you for doing this. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us.